So let's start this section by adding a drop shadow. So when you see I've added some of these assets from the library and the calculator doesn't really stand out on the white background, it kind of almost blends in with the white background. And so in order to make it jump out or stand out more, I'll add a drop shadow to it. So I can grab drop shadow and I can drag it to the calculator here or to the calculator track here, either way. And I can see that it did add a little bit of a shadow. Now, this is a very large canvas, right? I'm working at 1920 by 1080, so I need to have a bigger drop shadow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that offset back. And you can see when I grab this offset that it shows how much farther away from the object we're going to put that drop shadow. So I might want it like about this far away. And then with the opacity, how transparent do I want it? Completely, almost completely transparent or very dark? And so, you know, somewhere maybe here is where I want to have that. And then for the blur, I like a little bit more blur than they give me by default, so I'm going to blur this out even more. And then with that, I might say, well, you know what, let's make it a little darker as well. Okay, so that's how we can add this drop shadow. The other thing is it's going to add it to the lower right, but if I wanted it to happen below or lower left, or I wanted that drop shadow to have some other angle, then I can select it from here. I could even have centered, or I can choose this wheel and just drag it around or even type in the angle that I want. So that's how we add a drop shadow. And again, the reason for that is to make something kind of appear off of the page.